Both districts have a high rate of students from low-income communities. And it is my moral responsibility that these students are afforded opportunities that will engage them and bring their literacy rate to higher levels.
My goal to come in was to assess what we have, and let's find out what's working well and what's not working well and why.
Rebuild it, because the prefix re means
do it again.
Again. That's what I'm talking about.
We implemented Passport in 1 grade. And the reason I implemented Passport in 1 grade was to basically prove to the system, and prove to teachers, and prove to the district that it works.
2 more words. Here's our next one. Perhaps.
One of the main things that we saw with our students coming to 3rd grade was that they were drastically missing phonics.
All right, here's our first word. Store.
And the phonics part of the program was a huge help for them.
Where could we go find the poisonous shark?
Also the comprehension aspect as well. A lot of the students that I had in my group were, fluent readers. They just needed to grasp the comprehension aspect.
And what's the unique part about it is our district is comprised of 2 grade levels per school until you reach high school. And so we have a school that is comprised of 1st and 2nd grade students, a school that is comprised of 3rd and 4th grade students. Well, this is the caveat. We have students at 2nd grade leaving one school, going to a new school to 3rd grade. And so what we have seen in the past, according to our data trend, is that these students tend to lose at 3rd grade because of the transition. This is the first time we've seen a double-digit increase. And so we know that the interventions that we put in place really supported the outcomes that we have.
I have been just overwhelmed by it. I had kids that started in at 30 words a minute, and now they're at 90. And it's not just about the fluency that I'm impressed with. Their fluency has gotten a lot better, but they understand what they're reading because the program breaks it down, and it's not just about how fast you read. It shows you how to do the comprehension as well.
I thought I knew what difficult was when I was in Tennessee, but I really didn't see the difficulties until I went to Mississippi. If we can have success under those circumstances, I knew that the sky was the limit here.
Now our letter for today is, what's this letter? Worms in the wagon. That's right, Trinity.
So our director, Susan Bunch, was familiar with the Read Well program. She had worked in Mississippi with it.
What is that word we learn? They have to
Adapt.
I liked it. I saw some components there, explicit instruction. I love the duet reading. I love the kinesthetic piece where they do the stretch. Those things were that was the buy-in for me.
And so we loved the flexibility of the program, allowing our teachers to be able to differentiate amongst their classrooms, but also amongst their entire grade level, and allowing our students to walk to read.
We have kindergartners who tested in 1st grade levels and 2nd grade levels, and we needed to let them walk to 1st grade classrooms for instruction.
Is we're going to do about the desert again. One of my students is a kindergartner who was performing and reading above kindergarten grade level, and because we do meet the children at their level, she is able to come to a 1st grade classroom and be met at her reading level.
What makes a desert?
So what are we going to learn about here?
What makes a desert?
What makes a desert?
At one time we had about 30% of our students entering 3rd grade reading below grade level. And Read Well had such a span that we could also focus not only on those that were at the bottom of the pool, but also those at the top.
I've done a lot of things through the 34 years of teaching, a lot of different strategies, a lot of different things, and not ever have I had my whole entire class show as much growth as they have.
High tide in Hawaii.
Why did you pick that book?
Because of Read Well, and I've been learning a lot, and that's when I started Magic Treehouse.
I have 11 students, and I split them into 2 groups. I had the first group, they were reading about 70 to 80 words correct per minute, and then the group right below them in the same unit were reading 60, and now they're about equaled out to each other, and they're reading anywhere from 100 to 124 words correct per minute.
I have been teaching for 30 years, and I'm this year presently in the inclusion kindergarten class. In fact, mine are almost at the very bottom. I have one child that is, the little girl is hearing impaired. She came in not knowing her letters and sounds. She's reading now, not fluently, but we're getting there. The little boy next to her came in at least 6 months behind in reading. He has blossomed. He's very verbal. If I had had this years ago, I feel I would have been a better teacher.
Veteran 1st grade teachers like Julie Meyer and Libby Smith and Carolyn Hinson, when they come to say that they are glad that they stayed here long enough to be able to teach this way and to feel that success, you know you're on to something good.